Yo, what's up guys? I'm going to be showing you how to mix modern shoegaze similar to Loathe or Superheaven. And I'm just going to be breaking this down in very simple terms. I'm not going to try to use any complicated music jargon, And we're just gonna get right into it. No time wasting, right? So we're going to start with the guitars. So I'm going to mute everything but the guitars. And I'm just going to go by each guitar layer one by one. I'm going to go in order on the instrument. So first start with this clean guitar. I'm going to mute the amp I have on the guitar right now. So I just threw it in the mixer. And then here's the guitar, just DI.
Something and you might not even
Mute that. Right? And I wanted to keep this fairly clean, so I threw this guitar rig on here. And I'm using this to preset Lo-Fi Delight, compressor, EQ, a cab. Yeah, and then threw that on there. And then I added this fruity limiter. This is just a noise gate, because there was like a noise machine on the guitar rig, and then an intensity. So that's just it for the clean, and it sounds very nice throughout the track. I like the noise it adds. Very nice. But yeah, so that's a clean guitar. Now let's get into the distorted guitars. So you have a left and right rhythm. You want to have a left and right, or else it's going to sound very mono. But anyways, let's start with the left. So I'm going to play a DI. Sorry if there's a lot of noise from my mic. There's a train going by. So there it is. And then I threw an EQ and just cut the lows. I just wanted less muddiness when I threw the amp on. But yeah, so I threw Archetype Gojira on here. Very nice plugin. And it's going to open like this. So I just messed with the EQ a little bit. Presence, didn't really touch the depth. The level, turned it down. So the main thing though is the gain. So if I put it to like where it was when you first opened it. Ew, that sounds gross. You don't want that. So just turn up the gain until it sounds nice and crunchy, but you can still hear the notes, so. Like right there is pretty good. And now, there it is. That's just a amp. I'm going to click through everything, make sure you could copy these settings if you would like to. And then we have the right. This is the right DI. It's basically just the same thing. You don't want to duplicate the guitar layers. You want two separate recordings just playing the same thing. You don't want phasing. But yeah, so just the same thing on this one. And then EQ. And I also linked everything to like one bus, and I just threw an EQ cutting the harsh highs. I usually do this with every guitar I add. I just want the drums to sit better in the mix, the cymbals and hats and so what. But yeah, both together. And I thought that wasn't enough. And I like to do this with every track I do, even if you have real guitar. A MIDI guitar always helps with the frequencies, so I just opened up Electric Sunburst Deluxe. And also this applies to MIDI guitars as well. Like if you don't have a real guitar, you could do this with MIDI guitars as well. You don't need these real guitars. But anyways, I just used the amp that's built in. I changed the cabinet to 8 twang. Don't worry about the MIDI, like the actual notes itself. Just worried about the mix. So, got this, an intensity on it, and an EQ cutting the highs and lows. So there's really no cabinet or mic. I just wanted to be as dry as it can to really get that distortion to push it in there. So it just adds that little oomph you need. And then there's another MIDI guitar. This is just a high end. Sounds very real, like the most real guitar I've ever heard. Yeah, I used a 3-hot solo cabinet for this one. And all together, also a reverb, intensity. I did a reverb on this one just to fill up more space. But yeah, those are guitars. Also, shout out to Knight. If you like this track, I'll leave a link to this song in the description. He commissioned me to mix this. Go check it out if you like the sound of it. And then we got the drums. So, let's do the drums. So, I'm using Get Good Drums Modern and Massive. Very nice. I like this drum kit. You could go in and edit each thing to how you like. I don't really touch it that much. But here's the drums. Right? So I added intensity to start off with. Also, intensity is such a simple plugin. All you do is turn up these two dials. And then the compressor. Just mess with the compressor. Just like click the knobs randomly until it works. I don't know how compressors work, dude. I've watched like maybe 10 videos on this shit and I don't understand. So I don't care enough to learn it anymore. I gave up. But anyway, there's a compressor. And then an EQ just cutting this like one harsh frequency I heard. And yeah, that's right. That's not all though. That's not all. I also linked it to a separate mixer. I added an EQ and I cut off everything but the high end. And then I just added a big reverb. Why? Because I wanted more room. Because like without, so dry, right? But with it. And I thought the kick is just not hidden, man. The kick's just not hitting, so I got a kick layer. You could find one of my V6 right here. You could just, or any kick, really. I link to the drum kits in the description. Got some mixing presets in there as well. But yeah. So just a kick. This is literally what it's doing. Right? Just a sound over the kick. And then I boosted the sub. You want the kick to fill out the sub, not here. You don't want the kick to hit here. And I make it sound boxy. And then I cut out some highs. And then boom. So without the kick layer is what it sounds like. And I add the kick layer. Just gives it that thump, you know? Anyways, let's go into the bass. So I like to do something special with my bass, but I'll tell you in a bit. You gotta stick around. So first I added a bass guitar. I'm using Scarby Rickenbacker Bass. A cruncher preset. And literally did nothing in the mixer. Just threw it down there. And there's a bass bus with an imager on it. Wait, oh, that's not bad, right? That's not bad. That sounds pretty good. But here's the sauce. I just opened up Serum. And you could just open any Reese or any bass, right? Just copy the same exact bass pattern you have. Here's my bass preset. You could copy it if you'd like, but this is all it's doing. So I'll just play this. Right? And now here's the difference. So I'm gonna mute it. Now with. You could like feel the difference. You don't really hear it, but you feel it, if you know what I mean. And it has that nice width. I feel like a lot of modern shoegaze uses like respaces over the real bass nowadays, especially in like Split Chain or a band like that. But yeah, so that's basically everything, right? Now let's do the master. The master is kind of what's gluing everything together right now. It kind of sounds like shit without it. That doesn't sound bad, but it's boring. Just fucking boring, man. Sorry, I'm kind of crashing out. So intensity, just threw it down there because fuck it. Well, intensity is a compressor, so it doesn't really matter. But click these two knobs up a little bit. That's not all. I added a compressor called the glue. I just turned the threshold up and the makeup up. And boom, 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 boom. Already really sounding full. But, oh, so boring. Add that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I will link this preset in the description if you want to download it for free. Holy shit, Loathe, you're so generous. Oh, I know. All right. And then this fruity saturator. So I just made sure none of the high end's getting saturated. You could click in these little things right here, you know, and then turn on the drive. But then I saturated the low, mids, and then the sub. Now with that, adds that bass as the centerpiece, right? And now all these presets just carry on throughout the track. I didn't really do any automations or anything. It all sounds good. Shout out Knight for really tossing this up, man. Check out the song in the description. I'm not going to show the vocals because I don't really feel like it. I'll do another tutorial on that later, but yeah. Sounds pretty sick. Anyways, that's basically it. Link to the preset in the description. Link to my drum kits in the description if you want some presets or kick layers, something like that. There's also a bunch of FLPs in here. All MIDI guitar. There's like 10 FLPs. I just deleted them all because there's so much space. But yeah, I got like Shoegaze FLPs in there. And yeah, that's it. Check out the full track in the description. Go stream it. Out now. If you want to hear the vocals, go check it out. Very nice instrumental. But yeah, that's basically it. Catch y'all.